I'm Hillary Mulick and I am a North Carolina wedding photographer, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've been shooting weddings for over 9 years and I love using this channel to share education for other wedding photographers who are wanting more tips and tricks on how to be a little bit more streamlined within their businesses. Today, my topic is talking about how to schedule client meetings and client sessions. As you know, if you've been following me for a while, I love my client management system, Honeybook. I've been using it for years, ever since they started, which was like 8 years ago or something like that. It was a long time ago. But I've been using Honeybook for a really long time, and just within the last couple years, they came out with a way to schedule meetings and schedule client sessions through Honeybook, which has been such a game changer. I used to use other platforms like Calendly to schedule things, and this just makes it a lot more integrated because I already have my client management system through Honeybook, and so now I can schedule things through it as well. So the different things that I like to use the scheduling feature on Honeybook for is I send links out to schedule meetings. So this is consults of inquiring couples who want to book me for their weddings. I also send links to schedule timeline calls. So about 3 to 4 months before a wedding, I have my clients schedule a timeline call with me to just go over all of their wedding details, the wedding timeline, and so I send a link out for that. And then any other meetings that they might want, whether it's through phone call or through video chat, I will send the link out through Honeybook. I also like to use the scheduling feature through Honeybook to schedule sessions. So for couples who need to schedule an engagement session or schedule a bridal session, I have a link that they can schedule that through. And it's really great because I just put in my availability and they can go and see what my availability is and then schedule when they want their engagement session or their bridal session if they've booked that. Also, I shoot a lot of portrait sessions. So this is newborn sessions, maternity sessions, family sessions, and I have another scheduling link for that so that they can go ahead and schedule those. So I have lots of different things that clients can schedule with me, and so I want to just take you through the Honeybook scheduling feature to just show you how I set this up and how easy it is to just send a link to your clients and being able to eliminate the back and forth of emails of like, this is my availability, and then them coming back with their availability and trying to land on something that works best for you. Another reason why I like using the scheduler through Honeybook is it really helps me to be able to set certain days and certain times that I will accept sessions, whereas before I felt like when I was doing the back and forth email, I was maybe scheduling things on really inconsistently and on just really any day of the week, and so I felt like some weeks my schedule was really packed and some weeks I didn't really have anything. So by using this scheduling app through Honeybook, it's been able to help me disperse my sessions through my weeks a lot more and just help me not feel so overwhelmed. And it helps set those boundaries of these are the days and times that I accept sessions, and so if you don't see availability for that, then I'm not accepting a session on that day. Of course, there are always exceptions where sometimes I have clients who tell me, I really don't have availability on any of those days. Can we make something work? And if they email me, I can work something out with them so that it still works well within my schedule. And I feel like we still have that boundary where I'm only shooting a certain amount of sessions per week instead of really packing in my schedule and being super busy and not giving myself enough time in my personal life. So here's the home page of Honeybook, and if I go up here to Tools and Scheduling, these are the things that I have here in my Honeybook scheduler. So I have consultation phone calls for clients who are inquiring for weddings. This is my engagement session meetings, or my engagement sessions, my portrait session availability, and then my timeline calls. And then I actually have one over here for fall mini sessions that I have disabled at the moment because I'm not offering fall sessions because currently, as I'm recording this, it is springtime. And then if I scroll down here, I can see just my overall availability. I like to schedule my sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the evenings, and then on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in the mornings and afternoons, I accept phone calls for both consultations, and timelines. So I want to go in here into engagement sessions and just show you how I've set that up so that my couples can easily schedule their engagement sessions with me. So here, the title of the session is Engagement Sessions. It's an in-person session. The duration of my engagement sessions is 90 minutes, and I actually have this scheduled indefinitely, which just means that if I set my schedule to Tuesdays and Thursdays, it'll just have that opening for Tuesdays and Thursdays for the rest of time. So, because I have couples that'll schedule their engagement sessions like 6 months in advance or a year in advance, depending on how far out they're booking me from their wedding day. You can change this if you want, if you don't want it to be indefinitely, but I've just found that that's easier for me. And then I come down here, you can set a color that you want this session to pull up as. And actually, if I go into my Google Calendar, because I have my Google Calendar synced with my Honeybook calendar, this color will pop up in my Google Calendar as well. So I actually have engagement sessions set to pink, and then here are just some instructions that I've provided for them. So after they schedule their session, they will get emailed this set of instructions. So it says, check out my engagement session planning guide for tips on outfits, locations, and everything that you need in order to have the best engagement session ever. And then it has the link there so that after they schedule their engagement session with me, it sends them the link that says, now that you've scheduled your engagement session, here is the planning guide to help you plan for outfit and location and all that. Then down here, I have reminder set, which I really love that Honeybook does this. And I actually recently had a client who commented on this, and they said that they loved how Honeybook sent them reminders about the session, and as well as reminders for payments and stuff, because all of that is set through my client management system here. So I have an email that'll be sent to them an hour before the session, and then also the day before the session, just to remind them that they have an engagement session coming up. You can change this if you want. I think I used to have it 7 days before the session and then also a day before the session, but now I just have it set up this way. And then I can go here to availability, and this is where I have set Tuesdays and Thursdays to be the days where I will accept engagement sessions. I feel like this boundary is a recent thing that I've set within my business. You can actually go and rewatch my video that I recorded all about boundaries. I'll put it in the link down in the description. But I have just recently in the last couple years have been only accepting sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I do weddings on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Now I don't do triple headers every single weekend. It's usually just one wedding a weekend, but I just keep Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays open for weddings and also personal time. I shoot sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I leave my Mondays and Wednesdays open for just editing and just moving the needle in my business in other ways besides just shooting sessions every single day of the week. So currently I have it set to where they can start scheduling their session at 3 p.m. and go all the way up till 8 p.m. Now I always recommend that for engagement sessions specifically that they schedule their session about 2 hours before sunset. But I have such a big time frame open on there because since I have this schedule open indefinitely, obviously the sun sets at different times throughout the year. So I just make sure it's a nice big time block so that they can schedule their engagement session based on whatever time of year it is and whatever time the sun is setting. Then I have a buffer here and you can set buffers where, once a client has scheduled a session, there has to be a certain amount of time if you were to schedule multiple sessions within that day. I have a 7-day notice where they have to give me at least 7 days when they schedule their session so that I can prepare within my own personal schedule. And then you can set an increment here in for scheduling. So mine is 60-minute increments, which just means when they go to schedule their engagement session, they will see openings for 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Whereas for my portrait sessions, I have the increments as smaller amounts because I offer different packages with just regular portrait sessions. And then down here, I just have a confirmation section where after they have submitted this request for their session to be on this day and time, they will be emailed this information. It says to send a confirmation email. And then you can also set this to allow rescheduling or allow cancellations. I prefer to have those disabled because I want them to be able to email me directly about changing things if need be. And then you can save this. And then right here for engagement sessions, I can actually just copy the link here and I send this link to them right after my couples book with me. So after they've booked their wedding day with me, I send them an email saying, congratulations, you're officially booked for your wedding. Here's a link where you can schedule your engagement session. I would recommend scheduling this right away so that we have something to look forward to in the future. And then of course I have, like I mentioned earlier, I have just different things here for phone calls and for other portrait sessions as well. And then I can go down here and just look at my availability. Now, because I have each of my sessions and meetings set for indefinitely on here, I can actually go through, and if I'm going to be on vacation for a certain amount of time, or if I just have other personal things planned to where my Tuesday, Thursday availability isn't going to work for my schedule, I can actually go down here to the availability overview and I can click through. And actually on this specific week in May, I've actually just taken off my availability on here. So rather than going to each of these boxes and looking for sessions that I have said that I'm available on those days and disabling them, I can actually just go here to the overview section, and any dates that I'm going to be on vacation or doing something personal where I'm not going to be available to take sessions or phone calls on those days, I can easily disable them here. So that was my little tutorial on how to use the scheduling feature in Honeybook. Like I mentioned earlier, I love just copying and pasting those scheduling links. I actually have the portrait session link in my bio in my Instagram so that people who want to schedule maternity sessions or portrait sessions or just anniversary sessions, whatever, that they can just go ahead and click on that link and schedule those straight from my Instagram. And then for my wedding couples, I like to copy and paste the engagement session link or so that they can schedule their engagement session or bridal session with me just straight through the link. Just makes it really easy. My couples love it. It's really seamless. And if you're already using Honeybook as your client management system, which I highly recommend, using this scheduling feature just makes everything feel really seamless on both my end and on my client's end, and it's just been really great. I've loved using it. I hope you love these tips, and if you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them down below, and I'll see you again next week for another YouTube video. Bye guys.